Check. Okay, let's put this in. Hi, we're going live for episode 4 of the DIY Disclosure podcast. Hopefully, our friend Anjali is available as I believe we planned. I'm going to send her an invite and see if she's around. If not, we'll do something else. It will be also awesome, I'm sure. Audio going here. Let me know if you guys can hear me all right. If you have questions for our guest, there's some information about her in the description, her links and such. Allow me to send the invite to our friend and special guest. Here we go. Copy that link. Get on the messenger thing and such. Here we go. So many apps these days. Where is the one she likes? There it is. How's everyone doing? Yeah, check out Anjali's bio and links. She's a fascinating experiencer with a very impressive and unique career working for the DIA and such at the Pentagon. And here we go. Let's see if she got that. Oh. Cool. See, loading. Okay, hopefully she'll get that now. And there she is. Course hold space for you. 7:23, 5 p.m. Okay. Hi, Anjali. Here is the link. Okay, hopefully she's around. All right. I'll send her a message on X to see if she's there. Get into the apps. How's everyone doing today, huh? We got some folks jumping in the chat, I guess. Let's see. I've been spacing pretty hard. Did some did a couple spaces and streams, some lives where we were kind of researching the topics related to Anjali's unique life and times and experiences and ideas. Let's see if we can find her. Is she popping in? And let me know if you see her popping in. Okay, we've got that copied. And we'll just see if she loads. In the meantime, we'll just hang, for the, don't worry for the podcast version that I'll upload. I'll edit out this sort of pre-show banter. And we are professionals here after all. Okay, let's go into the DMs and see our friend Anjali. If I'm pronouncing it right. Anjali, I think so. Emphasize the syllables. It's just an interesting space for a few minutes before I jumped here with Jake and Jenny, talking about the sort of philosophical nature of global war, which is something I think about quite a lot from a broad perspective, not a tribalistic perspective, which is really important moving forward. Okay, well, I hope she's available. If not, I can probably just sleep. I'm a little behind in sleep. I only got like 4 hours last night. We'll bring her in maybe tomorrow. She's like busy now, maybe. Thank you, Brother Sons. Oh, who's the? Yeah. Great. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Kent. Yeah, that's silly. Okay. Is she here yet? No. Okay, let's see if she got my message. Can I call her on this thing? Maybe I can call her on this thing too. Let's try that. Okay, let's see if she gets this. Allow access to a phone call. Hope this works. Is it working? Do I have the audio up? Got the right 48V setting for my Joe Rogan microphone. That's always fun. And start a call. Okay, I'm trying to call her, see if she's available. I like her profile picture. Oh. Let's see some settings. Get things looking a little more exciting. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm pinging her on the top secret Signal app. Got the phone ringing. Let me see if I can bury this a little bit more professional headphone look. Okay. So okay, we got 19 people. Yeah, we're trying to load this up. So she might be I know she had some sort of operation or something she mentioned on the timeline, so I hope she's feeling okay. We got also Gavin Wentz, I think, on Thursday. We were kind of like doing 2 a week, Joe Rogan style, no big deal. And let's see. Let's check our calendar while we wait for our friend to join us. Next week on DIY Disclosure Podcast. Right. So let me give you a summary of what we've had so far. Right. So episode 1 was this guy, Eric Hecker, this fascinating whistleblower from Antarctica. Yeah, not from there, but he went there and saw things as the most interesting plumber since Super Mario. And he's talking about not sugar, ice cube, neutrino array, weapon sensor things that can, cause all kinds of damage or maybe save the world, depending how it's used. It can communicate faster than light, like Ansible from the great story Ender's Game. Right? Faster than light communication and signals across the cosmos is one of his theories about what it can do. It also, I guess, is where they make those energy weapons, those directed energy weapons that could certainly mess up someone's day. Or an entire island's day, maybe. So let's see if she's there. No, she's not there. Okay, let's get back to the fun look ahead on this calendar. I'm trying to get better at calendars, but I don't usually like calendars, but you kind of need to do that when you have people coming on your podcast at specific times and specific days. Yeah, he's in the calendar. So so we had Eric Hecker, as mentioned. It was the episode 1. I got that one up. The other ones are up in the streaming platforms, but they're still uploading to the podcatchers. Yeah, that's what you call them. Now that we do podcasts, we call them podcatchers probably. And anyway, it'll be the rest of them will be available probably tomorrow morning. Okay, so tonight we did Steve Bassett as episode 2, right? The sort of the original lobbyists and activists for the political disclosure process for the people. And then we had Paul Hynek, which was a fun and fascinating conversation. The week after, Paul Hynek is the son of J. Allen Hynek. And by the way, let me know if the mic's sounding good. I got it seems to be happy, but I can never hear myself on this thing. I wonder if there's a way to get like a monitor on myself, but we'll figure that out. So then we had Paul Hynek, the son of J. Allen Hynek, commonly understood to be the world's first real ufologist, a astrophysicist and astronomer who was tasked with working on Project Blue Book, and then I guess subsequently kind of exposed it for being a little less than accurate and such. And this pertains to the truth embargo. I'm working on a documentary about it. The greatest cover-up in history, right? Of the phenomena, the technology, and whatever else we're not allowed to know about quite yet. Maybe free energy. I don't know. We're not trying to get too dangerous. We're just brainstorming on what might be, what might have been kept from us all this time. For what purpose, we wonder. Paul Hynek, he's an interesting guy. Crypto guy. He's a Wharton MBA. So he did visual effects on the biggest movies of all time, literally, like Lord of the Rings, like Avatar, just to name 2 examples. He's fascinating. Also, he's like a DMT guru, even though he's like a very functional, buttoned-up businessman and teaches at Pepperdine. He does a lot of things. I really dig that guy. So that was Paul Hynek. You can check that shit out. It's on the timeline, and it will be soon, very soon. It'll be up on the podcasters, catchers. I don't know the term, but it will be on RSS feeds. That's what you call it, right? Tomorrow, I think. But in the meantime, it's on the YouTube channel and all that stuff. I'm on Twitch, I guess, although I haven't really opened the app once. Some people occasionally do messages, and I'm like, oh wow, I've never even been to Twitch before, and there's people who are my friends now. So it's the magic of the freaking internet, right? Oh, Anjali, I bet she's asleep or something. I hope she's okay. Let me see. Is she responding to the... Oh, okay. Let me try calling her again. Hoping you are well. Let me know. Please let me know when you are free to talk. Okay, we'll get her. Just might have to be tomorrow for me if we don't do the next couple hours. I might just pass out. People do need to sleep eventually. Okay, then we're gonna. Okay, then we have. So Anjali's supposed to be today. We can move her. It's no big deal. We can do it tomorrow if she wants. Because I'm really excited to talk to her. I've been like really going down the rabbit hole of what she's been talking about. Did a space about her and it. That what she's describing and her experiences. This secret tunnel system into a mountain inside of which are these extraterrestrials, a variety of different extraterrestrials. And I guess they've been I don't want to oversimplify this narrative, but they've been in communication with her like throughout her entire life. And she describes it, not to give you too many spoilers, but as a very positive experience. And that's cool. And she did this a few years back. She did this press conference at the Capitol in front of the Lincoln Memorial with a friend of the show, and soon will be a guest on it. And I know him from contact, and also I interviewed him for the last UFO Twitter week. Alan Stein, a super smart, cool, kind man, who did this interesting press conference with her. He was one who introduced her. So small world. Everyone, all these people know each other, I guess. So that's today as planned. Okay, speaking of today, I'm gonna just I hope she's not too like sleeping or something. But let me just gently give her a call again. No big deal. Just a gentle phone call to Anjali. Is that how you pronounce it? Anjali or Anjali? It's like Anjali, maybe Anjali. That's what someone said on a TV show. She was on a TV show, by the way, called Cosmic Disclosure, which I was watching, really interesting. And she was there with Rick Doty, also a friend of the show, interesting guy. He used to jump in my spaces. I haven't scheduled him yet for this podcast, but I think he's going to do it. We have to just find the time. Interesting characters, these people, right? Fascinating people, very smart people. Okay, well, I did say 5 p.m. today, Pacific Standard. That was what I said. She's probably very busy. It's okay. Well, maybe we can make some art while we're waiting. That kind of suits me. All right, cool. You're free to talk. All right, that's fine. Hopefully we'll hear from her. Should we bring someone else on the show? Okay, if anyone, anyone's, we got 30 people eyeballing this kind of thing, right? And they're all from X except for Twitch. Hey, Twitch people, I'll visit you someday. But if you guys want a streaming link and you're like an actual person who's not naked, maybe you can be the guest for now. Okay, got Jake Raz. I understand the struggles as a punctual person. Thanks, buddy. It's cool. I'm getting used to just sort of like rambling, just alone to you beautiful people. But it helps to have you guys like, I'm learning the buttons here. Let's bring you into the screen, buddy. Jake Raz. Jake Grass says, I understand the struggles as a punctual person. Yeah, it's cool. No, I guess maybe I need to start sending people like reminders the day before or something. It's not a huge deal because it's so convenient. I just do this from home. So I just need to be awake, turn on the right buttons, and she can hit me up whenever. Yeah. Anyway, I was talking to Jake and Jenny. They were having a space. I was just trying to I don't know. I was just listening to them while I was in the shower because, I'm just addicted to spaces. But, they're talking about a very, very interesting subject in terms of the global sort of historical, philosophical implications of tribalism and war. So, and then Jenny invited me in to talk. And I was like, oh, I can't say no to Jenny. She's like the nicest lady ever. And so kind. And she always says she likes my artwork. So, I'm going to do whatever she wants, obviously. But I jumped in. It was a good but brief conversation talking about Game of Thrones and stories like that as sort of, narratives for our cultural will and zeitgeist. I suggested that they both check out my favorite demonstration of those themes, which is Attack on Titan. Very disturbing and brilliant. But to me, the best philosophical analysis and dramatization of this idea of eternal war, right? not seen just from the petty terrestrial, limitations of one's own tribalism and their own, tribe's perspective, which is important. If there's ever to be a time when these, seemingly eternal cycles of genocide are to stop, then yeah, we're going to have to think beyond just our own petty terrestrial concerns. Okay. Well, anyway, so that's going on. And here, let's take down the J Grass thing. Okay, you should write another thing, J Grass, and then we'll talk to others more. Okay, so Anjali was going to be today, and maybe tomorrow instead, or next week, whatever. But in the meantime, we also have a very interesting fellow, Gavin Wintz, coming up on the DIY Disclosure podcast, Thursday, 25th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. He's really cool. He's been in spaces with Roy. And they're both these brilliant theoretical quantum physicists. On top of it all, Gavin Wintz is like a philosopher, not like he is a philosopher, as am I. So we obviously enjoy talking about those things. And we're both trying to completely change social media. He's also trying to change the entire internet, which is wild because, I did a space earlier, and occasionally people jump in. They're like, "What you're doing is ridiculously ambitious and stuff." I was like, "Well, I'm at least conceiving of it. I don't presume to necessarily accomplish it all myself. I'm at least laying out a plan for how people can do it. I'm going to discuss it openly, and we'll release it open source if necessary." And but as kind of big picture as my stuff is, I sincerely love a lot of things about Gavin, but he's way bigger even than some of these things. He's trying to change the entire internet, not just social media, although he's not really doing as much with social media. So potentially there could be like a sort of collaborative synthesis where I could, bring my, or maybe our new social media concept to a platform like his on his internet. So I don't know. It's really fascinating to see how he connects his philosophy to his sort of entrepreneurial humanitarian visions. And I have my own philosophy, which is mostly very similar, but there's some subtle key distinctions that make our plans like 90-something% the same, but that remaining percent is pretty huge and has massive implications. And if either of these things, succeed, massive implications for the whole freaking world. And that's fun stuff, So Gavin Wintz, I recommend this guy. He does the technology, he does the philosophy, he does the new cutting edge, scientism-free theories about reality in terms of the quantum world and such. Like with Roy Herbert, they work together on some stuff, and they're both brilliant and nice guys. What's this one? It's a doctor appointment. It's on a podcast. Okay, so that's Thursday. Okay, and then. Okay, now we're doing and then after that we do a week of like our homies in the ex ufology community. So starting with Tom Thompson, one half of the UAP podcast, the anomalous. Okay, I can't remember what he has some acronym that's a little different than the usual one. Great show, really great guy, brilliant and kind. So I'm excited to talk to him. I want to get Digby on also, but I'm just doing like one-on-one things initially. And then gradually we're going to add more people to it, kind of Brady Bunch style, in these kind of spaces style hive minds, but baby steps in that respect. Okay, so that's the 30th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tom Thompson, great guy. And he's had experiences for sure that I want to hear all about. Okay, and then I'm very excited about this one in a continuance of the community week. August 1st, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Red Panda Koala, my friend. He's my favorite YouTuber that does documentaries on this subject. And I think we have a lot in common in terms of sort of ethics and stylistic kind of ideas about how we want to make documentary content about this subject, ufology, disclosure, nature, reality, in a more dignified kind of historic manner, less sensationalized, cheesy, getting away from how I would phrase it, the stigmatization of the truth embargo. We should not be making things in a style that will play into the sort of negative propaganda and stigmatization towards investigations of this time. Right, that'd be dumb. So we're not going to be dumb. We're going to talk to Red Panda Koala, who's awesome. He also, he's also half of Skyfire News. And don't worry, we're going to get Tupa in here also. I just want to break up the little power couples so we can, get to know them as individuals before we bring the couple together. Okay, Blue Will. We'll bring in all the Skyfires in there. Maybe even Keemstar, if he's still doing that and stuff. Keemstar is awesome to talk to. Interesting fellow. Keemstar, you haven't been hanging out with us in UFO Twitter, man. You can't just like jump in like a bull in a china shop and just, peace out. No, we want to hang with you, buddy. Moving on. Okay, and then we got more community badasses, right? Then scheduled. Anjali back. Let me check to see if she responded. She did not. She's probably asleep. I hope she's okay. I think she had a surgery recently, so I hope she's feeling well. Very, very kind and good person who has been through a lot. Okay. Red Panda. Okay, then we got estimate of the situation. Okay, that's on the 6th, Tuesday the 6th, and this is the brilliant graphic novel artist writer with the title of his series being Estimate of the Situation, right? And about the history of the cover up, the truth embargo, all that stuff. So he's doing kind of what I'm working on in terms of a documentary project, but in a different medium. So how cool is that? So we can compare notes and vibe off each other. He's a very cool artist, and he's another example of someone who does the a new, fresh, more serious and artistic approach to stories and investigations into the phenomena. It's a fine art of comic books, graphic arts, graphic novels, and such, and bringing that to a sort of more grown up, high art sort of approach, which I think is really impressive and very informative. It's a great way to get younger people and just more people in general informed about the history of what this stuff really is, without getting too hardcore into speculation, but just focusing on these things happened. What do you make of it, right? And then we got a little Pop-Tart coming out. So we have a bunch of community people, so it's gonna be fun. Who's a fascinating compadre of mine. He's like this, he's a fashion designer. He looks like a rap star / rock star. Just a very unique fellow who has had a lot of experiences. And he also made a documentary. He makes documentaries now. And he's really interested in celebrity, right? And so he made this really fascinating documentary about the connection between Elvis Presley and extraterrestrials, right? So pretty cool, right? And we were discussing some other I guess he's not as big a fan as John Lennon as myself, but I love these stories of these very important artists who had up close and personal encounters, right? And we're trying to expand awareness for this topic, right? Then authentic celebrity experiences can be quite useful to get them constructively on board. Like Tom Jane, for example. Thomas Jane, he's like one of the main members of this thing I'm a part of called the Hollywood Disclosure Alliance. He's a famous actor. He was the star of The Expanse and all these other things. He was like the Punisher, the original Punisher and stuff. Great actor, brilliant guy. He was also lecturing at Contact in the Desert, and he's like really smart. Some of these actors are also just extremely high level thinkers and researchers. So really, really lucky to have people like that interested in this topic. Hey, Tom Jane, I'd love to have you on the podcast also. I'll try to reach out to you once I sleep. Also, Sheehan, okay, we're going to get Sheehan on here. We'll work out when. And got to follow up with Allenstein, who's friends with our intended guest for the evening. And yeah, I'll schedule him soon. Yikes. So anyway, those are some of the, we also got Darcy Weir, another member of the community who's a fantastic documentary independent filmmaker, making movies about the phenomena, disclosure, and things of that nature. That we're going to talk about his most recent film called Transmedium, which was screened at Contact in the Desert, where I got to hang out with him in person. And yeah, he's a really hardworking, smart guy, and I dig him. I'd love to talk to him for a while. And there's other people too, but I think you'll get the idea. It's going to be freaking dope. We're going to just keep talking to people forever. All right. So this is not literally the first or the fourth episode. I guess it's not going to probably happen. So let's shut this down. Oh, I have to delete them too, I guess. Or maybe I can just change the titles. That's no big deal. I wonder if this thing lets me change the titles now. It probably doesn't. Let me try. Settings, general, camera, audio, virtual background recording, hotkeys. That's guests. Nope, didn't work. All right, are there any guests hiding in the lobby? Nope, there aren't. I I think the aliens want me to sleep. That's why they probably took my guest to some sort of like under earth base or something. And they did it for me because they're like, he needs to sleep. Just give him a night off. We're going to hang out with Anjali ourselves, and we're going to give the DIY Disclosure podcast a really cool story for tomorrow. So thanks, entities. Okay. So I don't think I can change the more on the okay. Cool. Comments, banners. What are banners? Oh, this is what a banner looks like. Okay, I can do banners. That's fine. Brand. Ooh, I can change my little pictures. Play some like crappy elevator music. Okay. I can change the volume of background. Oh, what's going on? You can add music? Can you add my own music? Ooh, this is fun. Hitting all the buttons. Add, drag, drop music, upload. Oh, I can just put my own music up here, like files. Only upload music you have made or are authorized to use. Okay, I'll put my freaking music up there. Why don't I? Like I don't have anything else to do. All right. So that's what those buttons do, I guess. Private. We can do private chats. How does that work? Chat with everyone in the studio. Oh, maybe you can chat with just the people talking. If they were to, let's say, conjecturally speaking, show up to the podcast interview, we could have a little secret chat. That's cool. The recording. Ooh. Looks like it's uploading this already. Stay in the studio until your recordings are uploaded. All right. Those are all the buttons, I guess. Okay, let's give her one more try and see if she's around. It looks like she's not around. Let us gently give up on this episode for now. Yeah, we can look into Gavin Wentz instead, but it's gonna have the wrong title. And that's not a big deal, but okay, guys, I don't think Anjali is the right schedule, or whatever on her calendar for this, perhaps, or maybe she's under the weather because she had a surgery. So we're going to wish her well and send her love and light and good vibes. And we're grateful for her joining us eventually, tomorrow maybe, or whenever is good. I'm going to hit the kill switch. And this is why we do it live. It's you never know. It's the suspense. Is it all going to fall apart at any given moment? Potentially it will. Yes. It will always be on full display forever for everyone to observe. And stream. Bye.